Where Paige stands in relation to the Big Bang Theory is puzzling, given the significant role she had in young Sheldon. Paige, McKenna Grace, a student of Dr. John Sturgis's, was introduced in the second season of the prequel spin-off as yet another prodigy. Paige shares Sheldon's IQ and is just as, if not more, intellectually gifted. But she's more sociable and well-adjusted than the title character. Sheldon sees her as a competitor the moment they meet, but she appears unfazed by the rivalry. As she is more concerned with making friends and enjoying herself, she never truly felt threatened by Sheldon. In recent seasons, young Sheldon has successfully broken away from its parent series. Although it was the Big Bang Theory that helped get the program off the ground, the family show's decision to branch out into other storylines was a brilliant one. The Big Bang Theory and young Sheldon may have numerous plot differences, but CBS insists they're still part of the same universe. This being the case, it's reasonable to wonder what became of the characters from the prequel when Sheldon was a cast member of the nerd-centric sitcom. While the majority of the Coopers made it to Pasadena, Paige remained conspicuously absent. Even though Paige doesn't have a regular role in the prequel, CBS managed to advance her character arc by having her return as a guest star on a frequent basis. Her character's plight has evolved into one of the prequel's harsher storyline points, despite her promise in young Sheldon's early seasons. If the socially awkward genius hadn't found a strong support system in the Pasadena group with Leonard, Penny, and the rest of the gang, Paige demonstrates how dark the Big Bang Theory could have been. After her parents' divorce, she began to feel responsible for her own decline and began to lose her bearings. She did confess to Sheldon that she was simply so miserable, yet she still chose to rebel by dropping out of high school rather than concentrate on her studies and her ambitions. After being caught for underage driving with Missy during her last appearance in young Sheldon, Paige's story is currently in a state of uncertainty. Not much is known about the character's future, but it doesn't appear promising, especially considering that there's no assurance that the condensed young Sheldon season 7 would bring her back. She will probably spend the rest of her life miserable while Sheldon makes waves at Caltech unless she has a revelation and changes her ways. Although Sheldon's first pal Tam was never mentioned previously, he was somehow brought into season 12 of The Big Bang Theory. They apparently had a falling out when Tam broke his promise to Sheldon to attend Caltech in California and instead stayed in Texas. He may have concealed Paige's existence on purpose to spare his Pasadena friends the news of someone with her level of intelligence who didn't have to conform to Texas society's expectations. Despite his intelligence, Sheldon had a lot of insecurities. He felt threatened by Paige, particularly in the first few seasons of young Sheldon.